Hi, I'm Melanie from Melova's Catering, and today we are doing a lamb leg courtesy of Cayenne, Poultry and Meats. This is our uncooked lamb leg. There is a very little, nope, not little, that's not a word. Okay, there's a very thin fat cap at the top, so what we're gonna do is actually pierce the skin and stud the inside with garlic cloves, and then we're gonna season it in a real simple dry rub because I don't want to complicate the situation. And because this is a very good cut of meat as well, you don't necessarily want to overdo it with seasonings. I mean, you could, but we're not doing that today. Come with me on this journey while we make this lamb. It's gonna be delicious. Randall's probably gonna be tasting it, so look out for good reviews. I paid him. So this is the dry rub I was telling you about. I kind of like went ahead and put the things together. Sorry, I couldn't wait. And it's 1 tablespoon of everything, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of your favorite steak seasoning or burger seasoning or something like that. And then I added a tablespoon of cayenne pepper because I like some heat, but you could leave that out. So that's basically like 4 to 5 ingredients. Real legit. You could use this on chicken and things too. Don't feel as a kind of lamb scene alone. We're gonna have to use life-saving. And I need to get my big knife. I'll use a magic knife. Make some cuts in it like this, just to make sure the seasoning gets through here, right? So let me show you. And you only cut until you see the meat. Right. Good. I'm gonna take your knife and go down into here and make some cuts. And by cutting the top as well, you could see kind of feel where your bone is, so you'll know where you're cutting. Making some slits in here. And to make life a little bit easier for you, when you slit, you could go in this motion and it kind of opens it up for you when you're ready to put the garlic in. Remember where you cut your holes, eh? Cause I'm gonna put this guy back in here. Get your garlic. Smash, smash, smash. And then you kind of could cut them in half. And then you're gonna take your garlic and stud it into your meat. I tell them to remember where the holes are, and I don't know where my holes are. Right, see how easy, because we cut the top. See? Nice piece of lamb. Just take a bite time, just so. I think I got all my holes. Whatever extra you have, just put it into the creases here. Do not waste a thing. I am going to do the rosemary on here since I already have this, as well as the rub. Remember, you don't want to contaminate all your rub, so you can put some in a separate bowl and use as much as you need, because this is definitely going to be too much for that. I'm just going to use this spoon because I do not want to wash an extra dish. And remember, you want to rub good and get it all inside there. We should be getting some ASMR action in here. Ignore this, it's not really blood. We did hit this a little rinsey before. Make sure you cover every inch of your lamb leg. Trust me, do not think you over season the outside. It's real important because people don't season the outside of their meat enough, especially for big legs like this. Even with all the seasoning on the outside, the inside of your lamb is still gonna be needing seasoning. So cover every inch of it, rub it in good. While I have this on the flip side, I am going to do some rosemary. I want some oil through in here, but I don't want to cross-contaminate anything.
The mysterious oil from the side of...
Yes, now I'll take some for the other side here. You just give them a nice little rub. Flip. Thank you. You don't need too much oil, you see, and all this fat here. And now rosemary on this side. I just sneeze every single time. This morning when I was mixing that rub, I had a whole allergic reaction. I'm gonna stick it down in the crevices. Look at this, it looks like Christmas, right? 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 The afternoon, this is real work out here, you know. This is not no posing and just doing things. We're actually getting stuff done. We're not just here looking nice. We're not here for the likes. Very festive, any occasion. Perfect. A lot of people think they can't do it, and it's so simple, like so simple. All right. I'm gonna leave it, like chill out a little bit, and then get it into the pan and put it into the oven. Most likely for a piece this size, it'll take about an hour and a half. But as to my cooking liking, if you want it a little more on the well done side, you'll probably have to go closer to 2 hours. But let us see, it's an experimentation game here today. I am going to time it and cut it, and then we could see what happens. We could see what happens together. Only you can make my world seem fine. I don't know the words for that. I think that's the word. Real simple. It's just a few ingredients. As I tell you, like, this already died once. Do not kill it twice. Weather requires a drink. We're gonna put the lamb into the oven. It is going to start at a high temperature, which will be maybe about 375, 400. And after the first half an hour, I'm gonna lower the temperature and let it finish cooking. Now, if you want, you can tint it with foil at that point, but I don't do that because I like the crust on the outside. If it's burning, if it's overcooking, you can put foil. This little tip here, you can also put a piece of foil on that if you don't want it to burn, but I mean, to me it doesn't really matter. It's something that's pretty rustic, so don't put too much thought into it. Just make sure you don't overcook your meat. With the potatoes, usually I would boil the potatoes first, but I'm not going to boil them in this instance. Everybody is going into the oven just as they are, and they'll cook inside there, right? The really big ones, you could cut them in half. The rest you could leave as they are. Some olive oil, and by some I mean a lot. I'm gonna use some of this same seasoning, rosemary. I have to sneeze. That every time I use that seasoning without fail, I sneeze. Jeez. And I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Give it a little mixy. Just try and make sure these things cook around the same time, but if not, just make sure you check your pan so you could remove what's already cooked. to make sure that this cooks without becoming very hard and dry, I'm actually going to foil this for the first part of the cooking, and because that oven is good, I know I can take the foil off and get some color in it after. And this is just me being lazy and not wanting to boil those potatoes first, especially if you don't want to end up with real dry aloo. I'm gonna stick this in right under the lamb. Now I can take a nap. In here we have sour cream and mayonnaise, equal proportions. Celery. That lamb, it's smelling real good already. And the star of the show is this mint, and if you know about lamb, I know what I know, which is that mint and lamb has an affinity. So this sauce is actually a mint cream sauce. And limes. It really brightens up everything. Traditionally, I have made this sauce with yogurt, which you guys may know that sauce a little bit better. But I just thought these things may be a little more accessible. And if you cannot get or don't want to purchase sour cream, just use mayo. Just use mayo alone. It'll be fine. I have to season this with salt and black pepper. How could I forget that? Real tangy. That little bit of honey round out this whole sauce. We on. After 30 minutes. If you want, you could put some water down at the bottom if you want to create a steam. I don't want to. I'm leaving it as is. What I am gonna do is switch shelves and put the potatoes at the top and put the lamb at the bottom. Garlic. Some herb seasoning. Red pepper. Balsamic vinegar. A little bit of Dijon mustard. A little black pepper, a little salt, and you're gonna drizzle in some olive oil. You're just gonna lightly mix it because we don't want it to become like a dressing. Now the carrots and the cauliflower, but the potatoes I'm gonna leave uncovered to get some color. And they are tender. Look at that. The jus sauce that came from the actual lamb. This was the balsamic and olive oil mixture we made, and that is the mint and sour cream mixture. And then these are the veggies that we roasted nice and crisp on the side. So I hope you all try this recipe, and I really hope you enjoy it.
Rendell here, and I'm gonna taste it and make sure it's up to mark now, but you understand? So already cut out a little bit here. Right, I can take it up with some of the veggies here, the carrots. Actually, no, you know what? I'll just taste the meat alone. No sauce, nothing. Just gonna get in there. Nice tender lamb that we talk about. Wow, okay.